let's break down the Sweet 16. And I will say, just like in March Madness, when you get a chalk bracket, that next round looks real fucking juicy. We got some real, pardon the pun, we got some real dog fights in the Sweet 16 in the Beast bracket. Starting with, in the Steve Irwin region, the 1 seed, 1 Bison, going up against the 4 seed, 20 Pitbulls. I think this is going to be crazy, but I bet people go with the Pitbulls.
Yeah, I mean, I think if people went with the water buffalo losing to the Pitbulls, they're for sure going with the Bison losing to the Pitbulls too. No question.
I think the people are going to get it wrong. I think that Bison will kind of mop them Pitbulls up.
I do think the Bison would beat the shit out of those Pitbulls.
So yeah, I think it's a good matchup for the Bison because he could.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? He could bully the fuck out them niggas. You know what I'm saying? So,
what?
And he could take 2 or 3 out. You know what I'm saying? In one stampede. So I don't know.
See, because the Pitbulls, they can't climb. They can't swarm. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what I think the issue is. And unlike let's get real technical. The water buffalo carries its weight high, right? It's got longer, skinnier legs. So the Pitbulls had an advantage there. That's not the case with the Bison. The Bison could basically just spin around in a circle real quick, and that big fat ass is going to be slapping those Pitbulls around.
And it doesn't have to necessarily kill the Pitbull. Like as it's running or hitting it, it could just break a leg. You know what I'm saying? Impair the Pitbull to the point. Yeah. So like I think like it's charging at the Pitbull could take, like I said, could take 2 or 3 of them out. At one time, I think it might be a light work. And also, like, that bite, I don't think it's going to get through that hide. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so I think the Bison was the other difference. Pitbulls.
That's the other, huge difference between the water buffalo and the Bison. The water buffalo had the horns, but the skin's not as thick, right? The Bison, that's a real tough exterior. So, we'll see. I do think people are going to vote y'all think Pitbulls are going through, though?
I think the people will say that. I think people,
I think that the Bison have an advantage by actually having shorter horns than the water buffalo is because, like, when you get a headbutt from a Bison, you're getting the fucking daggers with them too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Water buffalo's got to angle that motherfucker a little to poke your ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish I saw Tyler. You know what I mean?
Okay, we've got the other Steve Irwin region Sweet 16 matchup: 25 honey badgers versus 8 hyenas.
Ooh, that's gonna be a goddamn barn burner right there, buddy. Goddamn.
I think people are gonna go with those honey badgers, but I think the hyenas will fuck them up, bro. The honey badgers.
You think so?
The honey badgers are aggressive. But those hyenas are so ruthless, bro. They might be the most
three
ruthless.
honey badgers for any animal is a tall task.
It is, for sure. But them hyenas are so fucking ruthless, dog. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I think they kind of hunt like a what is it, like what's that Battle of Thermopylae? The phalanx, how they hunt, you know what I mean? It's hard to penetrate that. You feel me? Like they gonna
summer
take
like a mother-fucker.
You said what?
Battle of Thermopylae.
Battle of Thermopylae, goddamn. King Leonidas out this motherfucker.
But no, they use that little phalanx. You try to attack, they get you up out of there and stay protected because they're pack hunters. So I think they have a real good chance, bro. I don't know. And they don't they have the strongest bite of any animal?
Jaguars.
Jaguars?
Yeah.
Their jaws are up there.
Any animal,
saltwater
crocodile
up there though, ain't it though? You feel me?
Saltwater crocodile has the strongest bite of any animal.
Okay.
I think in this field though, of the field that we have, it's the Jaguars.
Yeah. John said you can't see the hyenas at the fucking hot gates. I respect it.
I think that the hyenas are probably eyeing up the honey badgers, and they're like, these guys. Really? Like, just from a visual standpoint, hyenas are really freaky looking. And honey badgers, they kind of look like they could be just like sloths, on image. It's a little deceiving. They're going to come in. If the hyenas can withstand that first punch, because I think once you have all of your numbers, 25, that's when you gotta get it right early. Once those numbers start dropping, the hyenas really take
care of them early. You let them hang around.
Exactly.
Give them confidence. Let them hit a couple threes going into halftime. All right, we'll move to the big boy region. We got some marquee matchups in the big boy region. The 1 seed versus the 5 seed. 2 500-pound Tigers against 25 40-pound Bobcats.
The new movie Gran Turismo, based on a true story, is based on the unbelievable tale of a team of unlikely underdogs. A working-class video game player turned real-life racer, a failed former race car driver, and an idealistic motorsport executive.
Together, they risk it all to take on the most elite sport in the world. Directed by Neil Blomkamp, the movie features an incredible cast led by David Harbour alongside Orlando Bloom, Archie Madekwe as Dan Martinborough.
Yan receives the chance of a lifetime to become a professional driver, and if he can find a way to win, he'll change the game forever.
Some of the most famous racing competitions in the world are recreated through the use of actual Nissan GTs, drones, and practical effects.
The racing sequences are so realistic that the real-life Yan Martinborough himself actually served as the stunt driver for the film. This is a movie that needs to be seen on the big screen.
Gran Turismo, based on a true story, is an inspiring, thrilling, and action-packed story that proves that nothing is impossible when you're fueled from within. Gran Turismo, based on a true story, is exclusively in movie theaters this August 11th. Get your tickets today, rated PG-13.
That's tough.
Ooh,
I don't even know where I'm really at on that one.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie
12
to
and a
you.
half Bobcats per
20.
tiger?
God,
Yeah, that's tough, man.
Damn. That's damn near a swarm of Bobcats on your ass, nigga. Like, hey. And I like the Tigers. I think they are, you know, I think I picked them. That was a good pick.
Yeah.
But
bro.
gets 25
And-
Bobcats.
And like I said, again, got to look at strength of schedule. Bobcats take down full-grown deer. Bobcats are like 40 pounds. These bucks be like 250 pounds. So I don't know, man. That's tough. Like I said, I don't even know where I'm really at on that one.
But
Go ahead.
Well, let's be honest. If you were to look at all the animals still alive in the Sweet 16, what animal makes the evolutionary fear of death part of your brain more scared
Than a
when you
tiger.
see video of them hunting
Mhm.
than a tiger?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the
You know
Tigers
what I mean?
too athletic. They're too strong. You know what I mean? And it would take a while for them to kill that tiger.
Bro.
And I think in the time it would take, that tiger would wipe out a big chunk of them fucking Bobcats. So I'm going tiger here.
Bro,
Tigers here, but it's close.
There's a clip of a tiger, and I'm sure we've probably all seen it, where there's like the video camera's just on like a marsh of like fucking wheat plants, whatever, and all you see is the wheat plants waving, and then you
Waving,
see the
right.
fucking tiger pop out. Have y'all seen that shit?
Is that when it jumps out at the elephant?
Yeah, no,
the
it's
dude standing on the elephant.
I'll find the shit and send it to y'all.
Okay.
It's like you don't realize that you really saw the tiger until it hops out at you. It's scary as fuck. But
There's-
then once you know
It
that
plays with
is
your
a
brain.
right? Because the way it was moving through the wheat, it looks like the wind. It looked like it was just the wind, and then after you know that was a tiger moving, you see it after that moment.
He was moving with the wind. He was like
Yeah.
bobbing with the
Moving,
wind, so he's
imitating the
moving
wind,
with
you know what I'm
yes.
saying?
So
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
moving with his cover. But that's what I'm saying. Like there is something about because like our evolution, the evolutionary part of the way our brains evolved. Your brain doesn't really know that video exists. You think it consciously, but when you watch a video like that, the part of your brain that was evolved as human beings were like fearing saber-toothed tigers, it completely takes over. Because I watched that video, that shit had me in a cold sweat, bro. It's just like, oh.
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
Yeah, tigers feel like the Pokemon evolution version of a bobcat. It feels like the much bigger, scarier, stronger,
Tigers are
everything
out this
version
motherfucker,
of a
right?
bobcat, just 10x'd. And
Bobcat
I
man,
think the
they're
Just
tigers
like
tigers
win.
are-
numbers. That 12-1 is rough. That's a
Yeah,
I mean,
it
it's
is.
Sweet
I agree.
16. It's a rough matchup, but I just think those Tigers come out on top.
Yeah, I thought the Bobcats would wash the Tasmanian Devils. I thought it shouldn't have been as close as it was, and I
Yeah,
still
yeah.
think they're going to lose to the Tigers.
Okay, we go to the DMX region. I'll be honest with you, the Sweet 16 matchups in the DMX region, not that good, but we could
Hold
be
on,
headed.
hold on. We didn't do the African wild dogs versus the polar bear in the big war region.
Oh, my bad. I got this shit zoomed in. Oh, damn. Okay, the 3 seed versus the 2 seed, fresh off of a program-defining win over the Cassowaries. 20
Buzzer beater.
African
Went down to the wire on that one.
controversial calls at the end of the game have got the 20 African wild dogs going up against 1 polar bear. And here's the question: are the African wild dogs just happy to be here after such a controversial win, or are they proving that they belong in the Sweet 16 going against the 1 polar bear?
I think the polar bears get this. One thing that that kind of works against the wild dogs here. That is their biggest fucking, one of their biggest benefits in actual wild, in actual nature is that they're a bit lean, right? Which because, they went out on hunting by endurance. They chase their prey for miles until they tire them out, then they pounce on them. But I think that wild dogs, they're a little too light in the ass right here for this 1,000-pound polar bear. So, and of course, the polar bear's got the thick fur, the thick skin, the thick layer of fat for the Arctic conditions. So I'm going polar bear here.
They said I sent you that link where that dude was breaking down the stats of the polar bear, and he's saying like the skin was like 4 inches. Like,
yeah.
What do those African wild dogs have to get through that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
to Tyler's point,
cassowaries would have been a much better matchup.
Yeah. Polar bear's not running from nothing. Polar bear's like, you want to chase me? Let's go. Let's go.
Right. He ain't taking all these matchups as aggressive as they are. He's going head first with them. He ain't taking light on nobody, dog. So
and also got to remember the polar bear's go-to is to stand up on his hind legs when it's fighting. It's going to be 10 fucking feet tall. All of his vital organs are going to be 9 feet off the ground. Like, yeah, that's a tough one for the wild dogs.
Big ass claws, you know what I'm saying? Crazy, you know what I'm saying?
But
fangs and shit. It's over with.
We had a lot of people who have African wild dogs winning their bracket though, and those people are the ones who are going to be voting on this shit at Jenkins and Jonez on Twitter.
How many African wild dogs is it though? Yeah. Is it
20?
20?
It's 20 50 pounders.
Not even close, bro. I think you smack it up. If it was like the 50 type number,
50, yeah.
You know what I mean? But 20,
yeah.
I don't think it should be that close.
I agree, but we'll see. I'll tell you what, if African wild dogs win, you may as well just skip every dog matchup to the fucking Final Four, bro.
Do you think 8 cassowaries? Or is it 2? Hey, do you think 8 cassowaries at all are close to?
Ain't no NL, no.
Yeah. I'm wondering what people think.
But I think you're saying would they be close to beating a polar bear? I think I think they have a much better chance because they at least have a weapon that could do something to the polar bear. Because I agree with you. I just don't like
4-inch claws.
The dog's mouth is not big enough to even have hope of getting through a 4-inch layer of fat that's meant to insulate it from living in the fucking Arctic. The cassowaries at least have a weapon that puts them in play. I would still have picked the polar bears in that, but the polar bear, excuse me. But that was my read on it.
Do y'all think the polar bear versus some 3 grizzlies, if that's the final?
It would be 2 grizzlies. It would be 2 grizzlies.
I'm not grizzlies. I mean polar bear versus the 3 silverbacks.
Well, let's skip
over
now.
Before we move on from the wild dogs, I have to ask a question. How far do the African wild dogs have to get before we get Greg Popovich or Victor Wembanyama or someone from the Spurs organization to join the pod and recognize us formally?
Yeah, we need Wemby on here.
Yeah.
They're not giving us a Wemby. They're gonna give us fucking. All right.
Shit, they might. They put Wemby out there to fucking discuss that Britney Spears incident. Like, what the fuck was that, bro? Like, why is your PR firm not handling that? But
that was some shit. Yeah, we're not gonna ask him about no Britney Spears. Come talk about African wild dogs with us.
Maybe we just might fuck around and hop on the pod. You never know, dog.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the DMX region. Like I said, I think these Sweet 16 matchups, I think we all kind of know what's going to happen here, but we could be headed for one hell of a regional final. We've got 2 Grizzlies, the 1 seed versus the 4 seed, 100 Mongooses. Come on, man.
Grizzlies in a runaway there.
Come on, man.
Grizzlies got the same kind of matchup.
80-20. Yeah.
They got the same kind of matchup as they had with the Rats. You know, they already proved they're not worried about numbers. You know what I mean? They know how to use their size. They know how to use the strength. So yeah, I think this is Grizzlies in a fucking runaway.
Easy. Rams would have gave Grizzlies way more trouble, bro. Way more.
People wasn't thinking about these matchups, Tyler. I'm just throwing it out there. All right.
I think the Mongooses might have had a chance against potentially the 4 Lions as a 1 seed, but the Grizzlies are mopping them.
Yeah.
But I need y'all to vote the one and the y'all need to be chalked in the DMX because we need the Grizzlies to go through, and then we need the 2 seed, the 3 silverback gorillas going through against the 25 Wolverines. But three silverbacks versus 25 Wolverines, I don't see it for the Wolverines. I don't care how good a fighter they are.
That's tough. I don't know, bro.
But 25 of them you're within grabbing. Like you got 8 Wolverines per 330-pound silverback gorilla. I feel like if a gorilla gets his mitts on a Wolverine, That's over for the Wolverine. Like that's Hulk versus Loki. Like they're clapping those fucking Wolverines together till their brains are jelly.
Those Wolverines are so vicious, though. You know what I mean? So,
and
that's,
their
that's
technique
the thing.
is to latch onto to their prey's neck. Like that's what they do. They just grab onto a motherfucker's neck and just dangle all fucking 40 pounds of them until they rip their throats out, bro. Wolverines are vicious, man.
That's close. I still say silverbacks. I think silverbacks. That opposable thumb, man, gets them a long way, dog.
Yeah.
I just can't help looking forward to a potential Elite Eight matchup to go to the Final Four between 2 Grizzlies and 3 Silverbacks.
If these silverbacks are
we would
upset,
need
though,
that.
holy shit.
I'll never forgive them for depriving us of that game. All right, let's move on to the Sweet 16 in the Pigeon Man from Hey Arnold region. Really good matchups here. I'm very excited to see how all these goes. The 1 seed versus the 4 seed, 4 Lions versus 10 Wolves. I don't know.
That's tough there too, man.
That's tough, dog.
I think the Lions smack them.
I got the Wolves, bro.
I think the Lions smack them, bro.
You got 10 Wolves, coordinated pack hunters against 4
those
Lions. And remember,
are-
this is
like
not
Lions-
the biggest, but this is not the biggest Lions. This is the female Lions. They do the hunting, but the weight discrepancy is, I don't think, big enough to offset it being more than 2-1 in terms of body.
Mike, did you have
Barely
the
more than
Wolves or
2-1.
the Mountain Lions in round 1? Because it's only 1 fewer actual
One
lion.
fewer, and they're bigger. And you know what I'm saying? And I would
I had
imagine
the
they're stronger
Wolves,
and
but
more
I was-
athletic.
I had the Wolves in my when we talked, but I was surprised. But I was surprised. I just think 10-4. I don't know. It's more than 2-1.
Them Lions, bro. I just can't see it for the Wolves. I just four to no. I think they would need 20 for me to be like, okay.
Once Tyler pointed out the strength of schedule thing, I do feel like Wolves kind of prey on not as scary animals. Wolves, I feel like, rely a lot on being scary and attacking like humans and smaller animals. They don't punch up very much.
Wolves go after Bison.
Okay, I retract my statement. Forget it.
Yeah, Wolves will take a Bison down.
Fucking look at Charles Barkley over here. Fucking just talking out his ass.
Forget it. Yeah, I've watched a lot of college basketball this year. Let me tell you, I've watched more college basketball than you, Mike. Okay.
Jackson just got caught saying the white kid on the team can shoot when he's actually a fucking back to the basket big. Unbelievable. All right, the other match. So okay, no, I need to know, Tyler. Who do you have going through?
I guess this is one of those, we see it happen in March Madness all the time where like these motherfuckers shouldn't have won that game that they won, but then they fucking, win their next game. And I think that's going to be the case here with the Wolves, bro. I'd take the Wolves over the Lions here.
I'm excited. That might be the matchup. That might be the closest matchup. I'm excited. All right. We're gonna test people's sense of reality with the last matchup because I know how I think this would go, but I don't know if it's how it's gonna go in the voting. We have got the 3 seed 67 Golden Eagles against the 2 seed 8 Jaguars. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
I'd personally go 8 Jaguars here. One bite gets an eagle out of here. I don't think the people are going to go. I think this whole side of the bracket is for the Golden Eagles taken. I think that it's just a huge number discrepancy that's going to sway a lot of people. I think the only matchup possible, the Golden Eagles might go to the championship. I think the only matchup that people might say that they can lose out, just straight based on the numbers advantage that the Golden Eagles have here. If they go up against 25 Honey Badgers, if we get a championship game with 25 Honey Badgers and 67 Golden Eagles, that's going to be a motherfucking barn burner right there. But like I said, I personally think the 8 Jaguars will take them. I don't think the people are going to go that way.
The masses won't be watching that game, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, we need a blue blood. We need a blue blood.
People,
like
a motherfucker, dog.
I have the Golden Eagles in my Final Four, personally, in my personal bracket. So I think the Golden Eagles, the numbers is crazy. It really is an outrageous. It does feel like of all of the animals in it, it's the biggest gap between like numbers to fierceness.
Yeah.
I think this would be one of the most exciting ones to watch because the reaction time on cats is crazy, and you need it because the Golden Eagles are diving at you at 150 to 200 miles an hour. But cats are one of the animals that can handle that. So that's Tyler's point. And he's right about you could have a one blow death easily. I mean, We said it before. Like cats beat birds,
But 67
like every day.
of those is a lot of them for
each
8 animals.
Jaguar has to go 8 for 8, basically. You know what I mean? To keep
And
those,
they can.
to keep those
And
golden
they
eagles.
can,
They
though.
could.
And they could. If an animal could, it could be the Jaguars. I think the Eagles are going to go through. But I think if we were really seeing a battle to the death, the Jaguars win that. In my opinion, I'd pick Jaguars, but I think the Eagles are going to make it through. Just because, like Tyler said, the numbers. It's just hard to get past that. It's hard to see 67 of anything compared to 8. And they have the air advantage. You know what I'm saying? The advantage of flying. So yeah.
And like I said, this side of the bracket is for the Golden Eagles taking. If they make it out this region, go to the Final Four, and get 3 Silverbacks or 2 Grizzlies, bro, they are blowing those motherfuckers out.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, I don't.
You know,
Some people had. I saw a number of people the first day saying that they had the Eagles taking it just because of that air advantage and the numbers.
Yeah. Well, they're the only animal in the entire bracket with the ability to retreat. You know, anyone
There's
else.
nowhere to go in the Coliseum if you on foot.
We talked about it with the Rats and the Grizzlies. Like the Rats don't get to try and then try again. You know what I mean? Like you get near the Grizzly, you're dead. If the Golden Eagles, if it's not going well, oh man, they got 13 of us on that first squad. That's not what we expected. Let's get 45 of us back up in the air and figure this shit out.
We got to regroup. You know what I mean? Call T.O. You know what I mean?
Now, but that's like we had the stipulation: is this to the death or till someone taps out? Eagles also potentially tap out. Have the ability because of that to tap out faster. So that it's how you as a listener and an animal lunatic is how you interpret it. So we'll see. Shoot. I don't know. All right. So just to recap again for the voting, Thursday we'll have the left side Sweet 16 matchups. Friday we'll have the right side Sweet 16. Sunday we'll not have a Saturday episode this week. Sunday we will be discussing the Sweet 16 results, all of them, previewing the Elite 8 results, which you guys will have a chance to vote on next week. Man, I mean this is so much fun. This shit turned out so great.
Hell yeah.